People force themselves to eat these foods thinking they're doing their body a favor, but they can actually add inches to your waistline. Plus, I'll share one food to eat every morning to help support your weight loss efforts. This food literally helps your body turn fat into energy to help you unlock a slim, mobile, and energetic body at any age. After helping thousands of hopeless patients drop excess pounds, I've discovered that there's a simple way to slim down while still enjoying your favorite foods, just like people did in the 1950s. It all starts with avoiding three so-called health foods you may have in your kitchen right now. So my number one piece of advice for folks trying to slim down is to know exactly which so-called health foods to avoid.
Harmful food number one is yogurt.
Did you know that one General Mills original Yoplait yogurt contains about twice as much sugar as an entire bowl of their cereal Lucky Charms?
Yes, it's true. The way yogurt is marketed makes me sick. Beware of any yogurt with added sugars. Keep in mind a 6-ounce yogurt should have about 13 grams of naturally occurring sugar from milk, so anything over 20 grams is a big no-no. Also, beware of any yogurt claiming to give you probiotic benefits. When yogurt is pasteurized, it kills off many of those good bacteria. So unless you're making your yogurt at home, you're not going to get enough probiotic benefits to make a noticeable difference in your digestive tract. Fortunately, our American court system agrees. In 2013, General Mills paid $8.5 million to settle a class action lawsuit that claimed their Greek yogurt was not even a yogurt at all. Also, steer clear of any yogurt containing the number one fat-forming ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. That leads me to my number two harmful food, wheat bread. You may have heard brown bread is better for you than white bread. Yes, that can be true. However, again, the big companies are taking advantage of you here. Wonder Bread Stone Ground 100% whole wheat contains large amounts of my number one fat-forming ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. A 2004 study done at the University of Louisiana Medical Center by Dr. George A. Bray linked high fructose corn syrup to the rising rate of obesity in the United States. And I agree. Why is it so bad? 20 times sweeter than sugar, fructose is a chemical that isn't recognized by our brains. High fructose corn syrup confuses your ghrelin, which is the hormone that tells you when you're hungry. It also disrupts leptin production, which is the I'm full hormone. When these two hormones are out of whack, you never know when you're full. So what does your body do? It tells you to eat more and more and more. Dr. David Kessler, former head of the Food and Drug Administration, even appeared on CBS News exposing how high fructose corn syrup literally forces your brain to make you eat more than you should. You see, one thing our bodies are extremely good at is turning unknown substances into fat. The reason we do this dates back to how our bodies were designed thousands of years ago when we got our food by hunting and gathering. Because we never knew when the next meal was coming. Our bodies would store fat in case of tough times. When you consume things like sugar or high fructose corn syrup, things our bodies were never designed to digest, our bodies get confused. So it does the only thing it knows how to do with the foreign substance. It adds it to your waistline, love handles, or butt. So beware of any food that contains high fructose corn syrup. You might as well be pouring fat into your waistline.
Hello.
That brings me to my number 3 harmful food, cereal bars. Kellogg's Special K is marketed as one of the premier healthy cereals on the shelf. Yet, in Special K Red Berry's Chewy Snack Bar, sugar is a component of the second ingredient and then emerges again as corn syrup. Fiber One oats and chocolate bars contain corn syrup, sugar, sugarcane fiber, and fructose. Honey Nut Cheerios milk and cereal bars have sugar, brown sugar syrup, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, and plain old fructose. That's a recipe for plain old weight gain, if you ask me. Okay, now that I've told you the 3 foods you must avoid, it's time for me to share my 4 natural fat loss helpers. However, before I do, I need to warn you. These 4 fat loss helpers can allow you to get away with eating more of the foods that aren't great for you, as they'll help your body better digest them and turn them into energy instead of fat. However, there is one fat substitute you should never eat, no matter what. Can you guess how this item is marketed to you? If you guessed as a health food, you are correct. This item is usually marketed to you in the form of a fat-free potato chip. The scientific invention behind this fat-free snack is Olestra. Olestra was created by Procter & Gamble to be a calorie and cholesterol-free fat substitute. You might know it as Olean. However, soon after Olean appeared on the market, my colleagues and I fought back. we started educating the public to the dangers of this nasty ingredient. It's truly appalling. However, all the more reason we, the public, need to educate ourselves. So give yourself a pat on the back for watching this presentation today, and don't forget to share it with the people you care about. Now, olestra or olein has now been studied by many of my peers. Their tests show it's far worse than gluten or any other carb you can eat. This is because it blocks your body from absorbing essential vitamins A, D, E, K. Common reactions include diarrhea, cramps, and leaky bowels. And that is just the start of the havoc this unnatural, addictive carb can wreak on your digestive system. It's no wonder olein is banned in Canada, China, and the EU. Whatever you do, do not eat this ugly carb, whether you're using my 4 natural fat loss helpers or not. Here are the brands it's found in. The sad truth, there are more dangerous carbs like olein out there, and the food conglomerates are inventing new ones every single day. Unless you go on an all-organic diet and prepare it in your own kitchen, it's nearly impossible to know exactly what you are putting into your body.
Message.
The sugar and sweetener content of our food has increased by a factor of 20 times over the last 50 years. The sugars are being added to things you would never expect. For example, here's a bratwurst from Germany, and here's one from America. What's the difference? Yeah, you guessed. The American bratwurst contains 50 milligrams of added sugar. It's no wonder the rate of obesity in Germany stays around 10%, while in America it's at 34% and climbing.
Message.
Here's what's really interesting to me. If you look at the diet of our country versus Germany, the German diet appears to be worse. Lots of fatty meats, pretzels, and fried dishes called schnitzel are the most popular foods, yet Americans are 3 times as fat. Years ago, when a patient would come to me and ask for advice on losing weight, I would first tell them exercise.
Hold on. I always wondered about that. Like, we have 4 basic food groups in America. That's our diet. All around the world, these other people are eating all kinds of stuff that looks nothing like that. Nothing at all. Totally, their diet seems to be unhealthy. All around the world. And now we know why. Because America allowed the industry to engineer the food to be fatty. The food is engineered with chemicals and all kinds of stuff in it that's not even allowed in other countries. Wake up, 99%. When are you going to realize what's going on here? See, this thing is deeper than what you may realize. This system is structured to keep us dependent on it. When are you going to realize they have been slowly killing us for hundreds of years? Using us like worker bees, like worker ants. Expendable. Is that the life you want to continue to live? It's been time to unite. Unite as the working class. Forget everything else. We do the work. We deserve the benefit. This is ridiculous. I thought this was going to be a health video, and it's just so political. All the revelations that's being revealed about what's going on in society. What do you think the purpose of them doing this stuff is for? To keep us under control.
Exercise more. However, in this day and age of fake health foods and beverages, exercise is no longer enough. Right about now, you may be wondering if it's possible to lose weight without going on an extreme diet or cutting out sugars and sweeteners completely. The good news is, yes, it is. The truth is, I hate diets. It seems like every few years a new diet pops up and thousands upon thousands of people rush to give it a try. This is good, don't get me wrong. I think diet is a good way to give your body a break from bad foods. However, the thing I dislike is dieting is temporary. Unless you have the discipline to make a diet permanent, it often creates a roller coaster.
Wait, Did she tell us the 4 fat blockers yet? I don't remember her saying those. She said she was going to tell us about them. Now she's going into this dieting thing, which it seems like now she's trying to sell something. I mean, I know it's a sale. It's an advertisement. They want to sell something. But a lot of times you can get good information from these ads because they're trying to set you up. So they'll give you some information to get your attention. And then that's supposed to solidify your need for the product that they're selling. I understand the pitch, but yeah, it's not happening. I don't want to buy anything, but I am extremely interested in the information that leads me to the truth of what's been going on in this country. They try to paint the picture like the rest of the world is garbage and this is the best place in the world, when actually they've been setting us up for this new slavery for the longest time. You can see how society has degraded decade after decade after decade in America. The rich get richer and the rest of the country gets poorer. When are we going to say enough? When? It's time. It's time. I say today. I say today is the day we say enough has been enough. And we take back our independence. Any means necessary. Whatever we need to do, take it back. We're the ones that carry out the work. They have to turn to one of us to do anything. They're not going to get out of their bed to do it. So we just rebel. You know what I'm saying? Double the pay. That's what they need to do. Right off the rip. You know? And the longer they wait to do that, the more things we're going to think up that need to be done. Because we're fed up with this garbage. It's been too long that they've exploited each and every one of us, turning us against each other to serve the purpose of making themselves filthy rich. No more. No more. Who's with me? Come on. Let's right this terrible wrong and make the rich pay what they owe. It's time. It's time to pay what you owe. Blessings, my brothers and sisters, all over the world.